industry and for-profit component to this, yet they've carved out 25% of their annual allocation toward not-for-profit. Two really cool things about what they do. One of them is cool for me because their provincial office is in York University, so I can walk down the hall and talk to them. But the great thing for yourselves is their business model is predicated around making your application a success. So you'll have a program officer that will work with you. The big key is the two hurdles are the funds and finding the right student. Once that's in place, it goes well. They've got about a 95 to 98% success rate because they work with you. They'll look at a draft of the application, tweak it, fine-tune it before it gets sent out externally for review. I don't have the URL off the top of my head, but you can email me and I'll forward it along. The program, though, is called MITACS, MITACS. Their website is a disaster. Well, I kind of told them that. Well, it's not a disaster. That's harsh. I just don't like it. It could be a little more clear language, right? A little more approachable. But the people that work there are terrific. So that's a trade-off. So, yes?
Yeah, I saw the University of Saskatchewan up there in your slide.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Excellent.
Who your counterpart is at Quebec?
We're working through the Research Services Office with Susan Bloom, and they have, so right now, a program officer within social sciences and humanities, Laura Zink. And I think what they're going to be doing is they're exploring their capacity development. How would they want to position somebody like me? Like, where would they fit within their university infrastructure? They're keenly interested, and they would certainly be building from a position of strength because there's some very strong relationships that exist between the university and the surrounding communities. So, yeah. Welcome.
Can you give an example of community-based research? Some research that you could define as community.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple examples. One, with regard to the research snapshots that we develop, we have about 4 or 5 that are based around community-based research projects. A lot of them are within the homelessness sector. There's a national leader at York University, Dr. Stephen Gates, who works with a lot of, he works a lot in York Region, but he's looking to really expand the network and support community capacity building, community-based research initiatives. Probably the best example, our partnership with the University of Victoria for about the last 2 years was directly affiliated with their Office of Community-Based Research. So the broker, my counterpart at that time, was positioned within that and they worked exclusively with community agencies. That's where it's a little difference in the delivery model. The philosophy is similar, yet they chose to kind of work with that audience. Our choice, I mean, we've chosen to work with community agencies in York Region. We've worked with some in the, all around the 905, some in Toronto, but we'll also work with the provincial government. We're kind of content agnostic. We'll work with anybody. So I'm happy to explore it more because I know while I touched upon it, it wasn't as heavy a focus, but a lot of my faculty colleagues will really push and promote the capacity building around community-based research.
But you must have $7,500
It's not my office itself. I'd be connecting you with that, with the organization. And I mean, I acknowledge that's the big challenge. It's the idea is great. I don't doubt that there's a whole host of opportunities. And unlike our first 3 years where we had some grants that had some service capacity around something like our own internship competition, we don't have that anymore. So I mean, happy to explore the options, but I mean, that's been a bit of a deal stopper in a few occasions, unfortunately. So what I would do around that, there's a program at York University that would bring together a team of upper year undergraduate students, and it's an experiential education program. So that there's no service, there's no fee. They would come in and work within it's a smaller scale project, and that project is tied directly to their curriculum. So it'd be something that would happen within a 3-month term. And unlike graduate students that can tend to take on a little bit more rigor and responsibility, it may be a little more tightly contained, but it's certainly an option. I think I need to ask if people can take some time and fill out the evaluation forms as well. I'll be sticking around for a few minutes, so if anybody else has any questions, feel free. Enjoy your evening tonight.